to my heartbeats.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Hannah. So today's video is a little different, and before I get started I want to talk to you for a second about my channel. So I've been doing guitar tutorials for a long time, and I just kind of lost my passion for it, and I've been like super busy with school and work and stuff. But I recently wanted to start doing YouTube again, but I don't think I'm going to do as many guitar tutorials, and I'm going to try to do some other things that I really want to do. I'll probably still post some tutorials if there's songs that are really heavily requested, so feel free to continue to request songs that you would like tutorials for, but just know that I am going to go do some other things other than just guitar tutorials. So with that being said, today I'm making a video about my experiences in Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii the past 7 years every summer, so I feel kind of like an expert on the islands, and I just really want to share my experiences and some fun things to do if you're looking at going on vacation there, because it's super great. So what I'm going to do is go by each island and explain things that I did, things that I liked, things that I didn't like, and show some pictures and stuff. So let's get started. Okay, so the first island is Oahu. So this is where Honolulu, the capital of Hawaii, is located. I've only been to Oahu one time, and I was actually only there for a few days. We had my aunt and my grandma and my cousin come with us, and they really wanted to see Pearl Harbor. So we actually stayed near Waikiki Beach, right downtown. So this island is different than the others because it's more heavily populated, and it's more of a city. There's an actual city there. And for me personally, it's not my favorite because I really didn't like that there was a lot of people and it was more commercialized. I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite. But we did see Waikiki Beach, which was pretty nice. It's a nice area. It's definitely cool to go look at, and if you like cities, then it's definitely cool because you have the city and the beach. But for me, it wasn't my favorite. We did go to the Dole Pineapple Plantation, and I think that's closer to the North Shore, and it was super cool, and their pineapple ice cream was literally the best thing I've ever had in my life. So if you're going to Oahu, go there. Also, I know that there are a lot of really pretty hikes and stuff, and we just didn't get the opportunity to do it. But I have a friend who lived there, and she did a lot of hikes, so definitely do the hikes there. Also, if you're a Lost fan, which I am, I know you can take a Lost tour around where they filmed on the beach. I think that's also on the North Shore. I didn't get to do that, but I really hope to one day because that would be bomb. Okay, the next island is the Big Island. This island is super cool. It's also kind of different from the others. They're just all different in their own ways. But I stayed there for, I think maybe 5-ish days. And it was super cool. I loved it. We rented this house that was right on the beach, but there were all these tide pools right in front of the house, and then it was the ocean. So there wasn't actually a beach, but it was tide pools, and it was super cool. Me and my sister would just go chill in the tide pools. It was great. We also did the hike through the volcano, Mauna Kea, and it was so cool. You start going down one side of the volcano, and then you walk across the top of it basically, and then you go out the other side. It was pretty exhausting, but to me, the top of the volcano looked like something you would see in the Hunger Games. It was just so cool. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And we also walked around more of that area. I don't remember a whole lot, but there was a lot of volcanic stuff that we got to see, and a place where volcano lava wiped out a whole town and just covered the road and hardened. It was super neat. So if you're going to the Big Island, definitely go hike all the volcano stuff because that was super cool. Also on the Big Island, we did a night manta ray swim, which was one of the coolest things I think we've ever done in Hawaii. So you go out into the water at nighttime, you have wetsuits on, and you get in the water, and they have these LED lights that attract whatever it is that manta rays eat. Plankton? I don't remember. But anyway, so it attracts that, and then the manta rays come swimming up, and I'm not kidding guys, they're massive. They're the biggest things ever. And they're not scared of you. They'll literally come swim right against your face. One literally did a backflip right in front of my face, and I could see into his mouth, into his stomach. It was so weird. But anyway, it's super cool. So if you're super obsessed with marine life also, and you love manta rays, or you just like cool things, definitely do that. It was incredible. I don't have any footage or video or pictures or anything. I wish I could show you, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. It's awesome. Okay, the next island is Maui. I loved Maui. It was super cool. I think it's my next favorite, next to Kauai. We'll get there in a minute. But yeah, I loved Maui. It was just a lot more chill, and there were like really cute little towns and shops. It just had its like own personality. It was super neat. We went to this beach called Slaughterhouse Beach, I believe. It's a super dark name for a beach, but it was beautiful. It was super cool. We did some like smallish hikes, kind of just walking around like the coast, and it was beautiful. We also did 2 boat tours on Maui, I believe. One was super cool, and you kind of go out pretty far, like around this other little island, I think. I don't really remember, I apologize. But it was super cool. We got to do snorkeling, and our tour guide actually swam to the bottom of the ocean, picked up an octopus, swam back up, and I didn't know what he was doing. And I literally turned around and he was like, here, and he throws this octopus on me. And I was like, what do you do? It was so cool. So yeah, snorkeling, seeing cool creatures, that was great. We did another boat tour that goes to Turtle Town. It was basically the same thing, but it was like a shorter boat tour, and there were a lot of turtles. That's why it's called Turtle Town. And they take you to this like crater that you can like swim in, kind of. It's just like a semicircle of a crater. It's really cool. But yeah, snorkeling was great, and the boat tours were super fun. It was just honestly perfect. So we also did a sunrise tour. So basically, this was a really long story, and I'll have to cut it short. They pick you up at like 2 in the morning on a bus with strangers, and you're super exhausted, right? And so they have to drive pretty far, then they have to drive up the mountain, because the whole thing is like you're watching the sunrise from a mountaintop, which was super cool. But anyway, our tour guide decides he wants to talk on the microphone the entire drive to the volcano, which was like at least 2 hours, I don't know. So that part was super irritating. But anyway, overall it was really cool. It wasn't like necessarily my favorite thing, and I probably wouldn't do it again, but it was really cool to have the experience because you get up there on top of this volcano, and also it's freezing up there, like early in the morning, or maybe it's just freezing up there all the time. It was so cold, like there was snow in some parts. Anyway, and then you see plants that only grow there, like nowhere else in the world, so that was really cool. And of course they tell us not to touch it. My dad just accidentally touched it. Anyway, you stand like kind of on the edge of the volcano, and they have these like native Hawaiians who sing like the sunrise song in the Hawaiian language. But it was really neat, and it was beautiful, like seeing the sunrise from so high, like in the clouds, and like the sun was so bright. I felt like we were sitting right there, like at the sun. And you could also see like the tops of the other islands from where we were at. Like we could see Mauna Kea from the big island, like from the top of the volcano we were on, if that makes sense. It was really neat. But anyway, if you're like obsessed with volcanoes or sunrises and just cool Hawaiian things, I would definitely do that because it was really cool. Okay, for the last island, I saved the best for last. Kauai is my favorite island. We've been there every year except 1 year, so 6 years. I've been there 6 times. That was a lot of words for I've been there 6 times. And it's the first island that I went to. And it's just my favorite. It has like a small town feeling. There's not like a big city. Even the parts of the island that are more heavily populated and have like more shops and stuff, it's still a very small town. Like it's not crowded or busy or obnoxious or anything, and that's just what I like. I like it to be really chill and really relaxed. And everyone on the island is just so nice. Like all of the local people that we've met are just so nice, and they love their island, and they love that you love their island. It's just super cool. I've done basically everything there is to do on Kauai. There are a few exceptions. We haven't done the helicopter tours because we're all terrified of helicopters and stuff like that. I've heard it's amazing though. But some of my favorite things that we've done on the island, First, the Nepali coast. It is the most beautiful coastline in the world. My favorite place in the world, honestly. I've hiked it 4 times, and you can like hike to this amazing waterfall. And I've also done multiple boat tours that take you out along the coastline so you can see it from the perspective of the water, which is super cool. And they take you in caves and you can snorkel, and sometimes you can get out on parts of the island and walk around. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just the coolest place in the world, and you always see a ton of dolphins. There's always dolphins everywhere. I'll put up some pictures of dolphins because I love dolphins so much. Also, the beaches in Kauai are by far better than any of the other islands. There's perfect beaches for like surfing and like intense waves if you like that, or like a little more chill, like to bring your kids to. I kind of like those. I like the chill beach waves. I haven't seen one beach like on the island that I was like, I don't like it. Like, they're just perfect and beautiful, and the water is just amazing and kind of cold, but it's beautiful. So yeah, beaches are the best there in my opinion. We've also done multiple zipline tours, and I love ziplining. Super cool. We've done, I think there are 2 companies that do them, and we've done both of them, and they're both great. Like, you just, oh, it's awesome. You're just like flying through the jungle, and it's awesome. And actually they filmed like part of Avatar on the island, so we got to zipline where they filmed part of Avatar. So it was really cool, and it's just something like really fun and exciting to do while also like seeing different parts of the island from like a different perspective. 2 other things that I really love doing are like biking along the coast. Like, there's little bike trails, and you can stop and, you know, hop out at the beach, or you can just keep going. Like, that's really fun if you're just like into chill stuff like that, or you just love biking. That's really fun to do. Also, I've done kayaking there 2 times, where you kayak down this river that runs through the middle of the island, and then you get out and do a hike to a waterfall and like jump off cliffs and stuff, and then you kayak back, and that was really fun. I also know you can like kayak in the ocean and stuff. I'm not about that. It was a little scary, but kayaking on the river was really fun. So yeah, Kauai is definitely my favorite island. It's just beautiful. I would highly recommend it for family vacations or for honeymoons. I think that would be super fun. But it's just great. It kind of has a little bit of everything. It has jungle, beach, little towns. You can go do adventurous things, or you can just lay out at the resort if that's what you like to do. So there's kind of something for everyone, and all of it is absolutely beautiful. So while in Hawaii, I've seen a ridiculous amount of creatures and marine life. Like I said, we've seen manta rays, we've seen 1 octopus, we've seen a ton of dolphins, we've seen monk seals, we've seen lizards. They're everywhere. Also, if you didn't know this, chickens are everywhere in Hawaii. Like, well, maybe it's just Kauai, I don't know. Literally everywhere. Like, they don't have squirrels, they have chickens. Then they're everywhere. Also, the birds in Kauai are so sweet because they'll just like fly up and sit on your hand and like eat food because they just love people. Oh, and I've also seen multiple turtles. I love sea turtles so much, and they're everywhere. Like, seriously, if you go, you will see sea turtles. And I also just wanted to make a comment about the tour guides in Hawaii that I've had. They're absolutely incredible. Like, some of the nicest, most down-to-earth people. We've only had a few like tour guides that just weren't our favorite, but we never had a bad experience, except for Bob, the guy who talked on the way to the volcano at 2 in the morning. But that's besides the point. Everyone else that like we've encountered has just been so nice, and they just want to get to know you, and they just want to talk to you about the island and like tell you everything about the island. And I've learned so much just about like Hawaiian culture and history and the island itself, because they're just so nice and just want to tell you everything. So yeah, if you're like super into doing like cool tours and activities, you'll have some great tour guides in Hawaii. Okay guys, well that's all of my Hawaii information. I hope you enjoyed it. Seriously, if you have any other questions about Hawaii, you're like trying to go on vacation, or you just want to know, like, feel free to ask. I'd love to talk to you about it. And like I said, you can continue to suggest songs for guitar tutorials. I may not do all of them, but if like there's a song that's really heavily requested, I'll try to do it. And if you have any questions about guitar just in general, like, feel free to message me, tweet me, message me on Instagram, whatever. I still would love to help you guys. So I don't want to just like fall off the face of the planet and not help y'all. So I'd still love to do that. And you can reach me at any social media, all that's right down there. So go follow me on that. Let's be friends. I'm trying to start being a lot more active on my social media, like responding to stuff and talking to people and making friends, because friends are hard to make in person. Anyway, I want to be friends with everyone, so message me and let's be friends, okay? Also, like I said, I want to do some other different types of videos on my channel, and I'm not exactly sure what I want to do yet. I'm just gonna follow my heart wherever it decides to go. But if there's some things you'd like to see me doing, or like topics you want me to talk about, questions you want me to answer, or just, I don't know, anything, like lifestyle stuff. I really like lifestyle stuff. I don't know. If y'all want to see that, let me know, and I would love to do that. So yeah, but anyway, I think that's about it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!